Hello, good afternoon Tribuners. Welcome back with me Kusnul Shaifa in Indonesia News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here the complete news. The first news is viral video of lovebirds raised by the Mesum in the Lake Jonggol, Bogor. The Civil Service Police Unit Jonggol District Bogor Gansi respond to the video nasty of the young couple in Citra Indah City hosting tourism lake. The head of the police and order for the Jonggol District Civil Service Police Unit, Dadang Yazid Bustomi said that this incident his body will to call management of Citra Indah City. Was found in the half this civil service police unit. It will also provide warning letters or the notification to the village in the Jonggol district. Some that the begin letters are Sukaraja village, Dam village. There is village Vanagi village, Lobodas village, Jonggol village, Singasari village, Cibodas village, Sukasima village, Sukasamah village, Sukanjaya village, and Wendingi village, Blaikambang village, and Sukangali village. The next news is farmer Pinterest on the Seri alerts by the police in Tanjung Tik waters. The water police unit in the Tanjung Jabung in the police together with Directorate of the Water and the Air Police in the Jambi Police Service and the perpetrators of the privacy of fishing boats operating in the waters in Tanjabanting, Jambi and one receiver. Tanjung Police Chief Adjutant Commissioner Police Andi Yusman during a press conference pairs with the Jambi Police Directorate of the Air and Water Police, Kombes Indo Mikhail Mumbana said that his party managed to just secure 6 suspects in Lovebirds. There is piracy at in the Kuala Lumpur, Muara Sabah District last Agustus. There's 6 people to different rules, 5 people as perpetrators, 1 person as a container for the stolen good. It is during conference at the State Port on the Tuesday, 13 September 2022. Of the 5 perpetrators who were arrested by the police, one of them former Pirayan in recidivism named Samsudin, 49 years old. He said operate in the Crown Princessy Thousand Island in the Saint Samsudin. There is Samsudin there is time to spend 18 years in prison. As former Pirayan decided to go. Now Samsudin is not Pirayan group in Lovebirds for people of subsidy trades and targeting finishing. There is boat and 1 ship. They also state according to the Darwin Roof's man 41 years old who was ordered in number of the motorboat needed. He, Samsudin, has done something and raised Jambi again. Because the old suspect were resident of Kuala Jambi domiciles Tanjab. The Samsudin group delivery hijacks the boat belonging to first man was retreating and waters and aimed taking order from the roost neck. As a result, the group took a ship radio, GPS, antenna, solar power, a car, 5 dynamo, 2 ship batteries, 3 tanker space and 3 20 tech first and 4 bike, 2 motorbike points, 2 LED lights, 1 automatically starter, 1 subscriber pump, 40 meters tall ship, a document for the roost next motorboat. There is a ship and there is half secured. There is 2 ship unused. The ship current to privacy activity and more ship to help. Hasanuddin, 48 years old, Badi, 31 years old, June, 24 years old. The 6 suspects also operate the first man, one of daily basis subject article paragraph 1 the criminal code, which is treatment with a maximum imprison of 9 years and maximum imprison in the 5 years in the Manuel Rosenang article 14 and criminal code. It is treated with a maximum imprisonment in the 4 years. The next news is, what happened to resident in Depok JNE warehouse fire victim? Sadness is hitting Stefana Arianda. The host of the had occurred for years was redeemed to the massive fire that hit JNE warehouse on the Raya Parkapura Road, Cimanggis, Depok City. The possession of the Stefana house indirectly against the wall of JNE warehouse, which has caught a fire, making it one of the most severely affected buildings. Her house is directly adjacent to the back the JNE warehouse, only a few meters away, he said at the location. At the time the incident, Stefana and her wife in second floor outside her house is at first. There is phone and the receipt in the wastel room with the roof and JNE warehouse. We are allowed to raise the stock with this animal back and forth, but now come the sun getting older and louder. Finally, it reached open the window, the second floor with the turret, and front the window will show the big fire. Finally, we believe there is a second or so and gas later for the expansion with the houses and continue. Stefana said there is her husband badly took the children under the age of 10 to get out the house themselves. There is continue to grow, make it unthinkable property because the most important for himself than his family. As a result, Stefana property was burned by the fire from JNE warehouse, and which is grabbed her house. It was reported started fire JNE warehouse in Cimanggis, Depok City on Monday at dawn. Causes most the building to the catcher, some of JNE package in the warehouse also caught fire. In addition, the warehouse in incident, there is shipping company. Also, there is wall in the building in collab with the horse and treatise houses of the local resident. A rented resident was injured in leg due to falling debris with the wall. It is suspected the JNE Depok warehouse fire was caused by electric short in circuit. The next news is, a truck stopped at the light and our instructions again. A fatal incident involving a truck and a motorcycle occurred in Sragen Regency on the Monday, 11 September 2022. The incident occurred on the Raya Sragen Solo route at the intersection at the fourth traffic light Muwer in Duyungan Village, Sidoarjo District, Sragen Regency. One person died at the scene due to an accident that occurred at around 5 p.m. Sragen Police Staff Adjutant Commissioner Police Peter Yonata Mato, Kani Igagam Satlis Polres Sragen, Inspector Police 1 Irwan Marianto said, the incident occurred between a subsidy-like truck with a police number ETH1H4DE and Yamaha NMAX motorcycle number ET30H1 LVD. The Mitsubishi light truck was announced to be driven by the Edi Prasetyo, president of Konowongso Kadaung District, Sragen Regency. Meanwhile, the Yamaha NMAX motorcycle was driven by the ABG Zulfagar, 26 years old, a resident of the Gerundung village, North Klaten. Zulfar was not lying. His colleague, namely Danny, 23 years old, and resident of Boyolali Regency, also took the ride. The incident itself began with the truck traveling from the east to west. A Yamaha NMAX motorcycle running into the same direction is not to driving behind a truck. Before the incline, the traffic light from the east turned red to the truck stopped. When the truck stopped, it was thus meant that the motorcyclist lacked consideration, so the risk in distance was close to no control motorcycle and ended up hitting the back with the truck. The head of the PMI Sragen Regency, Ismail Joko Sutrisno, said, "The volunteer received the information at around 4 p.m. and went Sragen to the scan. Arriving the scan, volunteers condition examination of 2 victims. Among others, open tear on the forehead along 3 centimeters, nose wound, bleeding tear on the 3 lips, missing the tooth. Zulfikar also suffered closing fracture to the neck, of close fracture to the right hand, and close fracture to his left wrist and abrasion of his leg." The next news is, community service in Belangjo village, Kupang City, prices for the basic food. A resident of the Belangjo village, Muala Viastap district, Kupang City, carry out community service together, daily picking up trash in the local area. This community service is reward basic from necessity from the local government, and this community service will take place Saturday, September 2022 evening. The wastel collection in pandematic plastic waste is security along route and allow dozens of residents from the both men and women, including children, submit to the involved in joint work. This community service can be said to be unique because there is lottery with the basic food prices. The price draw with granite after the service work. Lenny Forniani ready, one of the local residents who received the praise of the wet floor and cooking oil, expressed the gratitude for the government at the uncalorous level. According to the Lenny, she saw there was actually to give and was saluted togetherness with access among the local residents. For the Lenny, it's not about gift, but it is applause the sense of togetherness with the quartet with this afternoon. And who have inviting all the service improvement can be clean, resident can be happy to receive a gift. David Tuan said the same thing. David said he will celebrate the gift with praise guaranteeing Lauren, even though it was 1 kilogram. David Tuan, a log in the beloved village, had a talk head of the Belangjo village, Abraham Antonis Lobo said, "The restrictly work with the praises only gave equipment resident because the risk value is very simple and very small. When asked about the basic food items, we are updated the head of the Lobo admired the joint venture of the several residents. He admitted that there is not the gift. The result but not ever were met with the resident to the support government program related to improvement management and cleanliness. The next news is impressed with the warm welcome of the Earth Arema public. The moment at the rival thousands of the Bobot with the Viking supporter at the Kanjungarang Stadium on the Sunday 11, 2022 impresses to deeply perceived Bandung sympathizers. The chairman of the Viking Persib club, Heru Joko, said, "The Aremania, Boboto and Viking meet the woods milestone and call from the between all the group of supporters in Indonesia." There is hope that all supporters in Indonesia lowered there is a goal. So there is have started need patches between supporters. Heru stated when he would not trade host Arema, who will come to Bandung in upcoming match between Persib Bandung and Arema FC with the Gelora Bandung Lautan Fire in the stadium. Later in the Bandung, with the police will grant in security. The security forces and council will be received to the police of the authorities. In the Bandung must also took alert, Aremania must go to Bandung. This is historic moment at the unit of supporters. This Babati mail illustrates welcoming attitude and public of Bumi Arema towards Persib Bandung supporter. In this group, there is so friendly. He also personalized treatment of the security forces in guarding the Persib Bandung squad. One the route at might meet one to spark, but the spectacle is very small, so it feels still natural. And the last news is, police determined to suspend of the counter student who calibrated procedure. This is reaction of Soima, 44 years old, the mother of the Albar Mahdi, 17 years old, a counter student who was returned a death after police named to the suspect. Soima, who live in Palembang, South Sumatra. She said there is relief by the determination of the suspect for the molesting her child. There is a counter Islamic boarding school, Ponorogo, in however, instead of the parenting her frustration on the suspect, Soima would increase to the former student, there is in the procedural. Soima really hopes that the police can be investigated that caused her son's death. It's not only the main thing, but all parties relate to the heartbreaking incident and they expect the thoroughly investigate. On the other hand, there is mother tree relief and the crosses her mind to meet face to face with the two perpetrators. But while Soima, along with her family and her legal team, have not decided to action to the take in future. The most important things with will law continue, the police should not only be suspended, but other parties must be thoroughly investigated. Well, I think those all the news for today with me, Kusnul Ashaifa. Don't forget to follow us in YouTube Tribun Lampung, Tribun Lampung Facebook, Tribun Lampung Instagram, and Tribun Lampung TikTok for more information. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.